I'm back with more talks on Amazon Flex. All I can do is laugh. So I have to backtrack. I haven't made a video in a while because in a couple of days here, you might not know online because you're probably watching these in order. So let me backtrack. I started making these Amazon Flex videos because I was super excited about Amazon Flex. It was a great idea. I've had Amazon Prime for years. I've watched Amazon Prime. I listen to Amazon Prime Music. I buy packages through them. I saw this Amazon Flex thing. I downloaded it. I thought I'd make some videos to show you guys how to make some side cash. I made 2 videos talking about how great it was, how excited I was. I did 2 trips on my first day. They went spectacular. They were on a Tuesday. I signed up for another block on a Thursday, and we had a snowstorm. Amazon gave us a message that the plant was closed, and we'd get paid anyways. So I got paid for a block I didn't even do, and I was like, this is the most amazing company of all time. But wait, hold on. Watch this to the end, because this is going to take a turn. So then I did my second day of inspections. And I got there, and the warehouse was a little bit behind. They tell you to get there early, and I'm like, why am I waiting so long when they tell me to get here early? Then they finally let us in, and it's a lot of confusion inside. So I start scanning my packages, and I have this one package that won't scan. And I'm like, it just won't scan. And the redemption center just like, go take it. The pickup center is like, go take it. And I was like, well, it's not scanning. I don't want to really take it. It's my sheet. They give you these sheets like this. It tells you your route on it, the route that you're going for the day, and how many packages. And I add up my thing, and I'm like, this is more packages than you're giving me. So I leave. I end up calling support, and at the end of the day, they add it back to, they couldn't add it to my route because my route ended. So I had to drive way out of my way back to the beginning of where my route started, call in, drop it off manually, and then finish for the day. This should have been my clue, because this morning I picked up, now just to preface this, this is March 24th, 2018. Today is my 43rd birthday. I have plans to meet some friends later, for some drinks and stuff, and a buddy to grab some dinner with and everything, and we're gonna go out. But I was like, you know what? I don't really care about birthdays that much. I want to get up at 11. I get up early. I did some work, and then I'm like, oh, at 11 o'clock I have an Amazon Flex thing. Now, I gave myself an hour to get there, so I left my house at 10 a.m. And just to give you a little foreshadowing, it's now 6 p.m. and I just got home. So I left my house at 10 a.m. for a 4-hour block that was supposed to go from 11 to 3 to make $76. I just got home at 6 after the craziness that went on. That was not my fault. So left my house at 10, home at 6. That's 8 hours. Yes, 8 hours for $76. That's $9.50 an hour. Minus the fact I went through a half a tank of gas. So let's just get that out of the way first. And let the fun go forward. So I get in the thing at 11 o'clock. They don't let us in. Time passes a little bit. Time passes. We finally get in around 11:15, 11:20. I get in my row. They put the packages behind your car. I start scanning my packages, and a bunch of them aren't scanning. So I'm setting them aside on my cart. Then I get this bag that I scan, and the bag says, this is an error. This is somebody else's. Do not take this. Don't deliver this. Don't take this. I go over to the people and I say, some of my stuff isn't scanning, and one of them says, don't take. He said, just bypass it and take it. I'm like, I don't want it. He's like, you have to take it. Take it. Put it in your thing. So I go back, and I'm kind of like looking around, and when you're in the warehouse, it's so segmented that there's other people working on stuff. So one other lady's having a similar issue, and the woman says to her, you'll take what we give you. You have to take what we give you. So I had good experience with the customer service. So I tried to scan the packages again. They didn't work. I learned what to do, and I'll tell you what to actually do if this happens to you at the end. I don't know if I'm going to deliver for Amazon Flex anymore unless they financially reimburse me for the problems that I had today. So I leave. This is what got me so frustrated. I immediately get on with support and explain to them that this sheet here, right, says 44 packages. My phone app said that I had 25 on me because that's all that would scan. Then I had another whole extra bag of material that was nowhere near my location on me. So I had nearly 60 packages, but my phone thought I had 25. So I live in Rhode Island on the Rhode Island Massachusetts border. I drove to Milford, Mass, which was 30 on a no traffic day, 30 plus minutes away. There was 2 accidents today. It took me an hour to get there. I luckily gave myself an hour to get there. I got there with 5 minutes to spare at 10:55. The first set of packages that they gave me were in Lexington, Mass, which from the Milford station is 1 hour away. Then they gave me another bag of just some misfit things that all went to a lockbox in Worcester. Now, Worcester is also an hour away from Lexington. So, if I leave Milford and just drove to Lexington and then drove to Worcester, that's 2 hours. If I didn't deliver any packages, I just drove there, that's 2 hours of just drive time without my commute. Now, without my hour commute to Worcester and without my hour commute. So let's forget the commute. That's 2 hours. Now, I haven't even delivered 60 plus packages. And this is a 4-hour block. So they want me to deliver 60 packages in 2 hours that won't scan into the system and 2 hours of commute time on top of not driving around the area there. So I call up and explain this to them, and they say, well, you can call us and they'll manually do it. Man, what I've learned is I should have went back to the center and told them to eat their packages. Just say it nicely. I did a trick today where I was calling and I said, I'll get to this. So I start delivering packages, and I was afraid because what happened the other day is I would deliver all my 25 packages that were in the system that were telling me to go around, and then I would have all these 40 packages left that weren't in the system, and I would have to call on each one and be jumping around. So I delivered a couple, and then I pulled over, and I went into the app and I added to itinerary, and it lets you you can scan some more. So a couple more scanned. So I was like, oh great. So I started putting the packages that were scanning to one side. The other ones still wouldn't scan. So then I had a problem halfway through with another address. I called in and they had to manually drop it off for me because it wouldn't scan. Then they said if you log out and log back in, maybe more packages will scan. So I logged off, logged back in, a couple more packages scanned. I was on my route again. So now I looked, and my whole route was done, except for this one group of packages that was an hour away in Worcester, Mass. From Lexington. But I still had 20-something packages in Lexington that weren't on my phone. So I called in again, and I explained to them what was going on and how frustrated I was getting. Now, mind you, this is my birthday. I'm home now. I've remade plans. They're not until 7 o'clock, and they're going to be waiting for me, so I don't care anymore. I want to make this video while it's fresh in my mind. I keep telling them that these packages are broken, they're not scanning, and they just keep telling me to deliver them. They should have told me we're sorry, go back to the station, we treat our customers better. And I was explaining to them, I'm an Amazon Prime customer. I watch Amazon Prime. I deliver Amazon Prime. I deliver Amazon Flex now. And then I listen to Amazon Prime Music, and I shop at Whole Foods. And I'm not a fool. So I was so hurt. What was bothering me all day is there's a lot of people that this is their main source of income. I'm doing this as a second, or as a fourth, fifth type of income to make these videos for you. So if I didn't get this Amazon Flex money, I would have a roof over my head. I'd still be eating and stuff. I was doing these mainly for the videos to help you guys out. And I was just thinking, what if somebody that really needed this job, because I had told some people about this that need a job, that need to eat with the money from this, if they just spent 8 hours of their day, a half a tank of gas, so probably $20 worth of gas, 8 hours for $76, $9.50 an hour minus gas and wear and tear in their vehicle. And if they don't have a vehicle that is solid as mine, maybe driving 178 miles would have damaged it. I was thinking about, can I feel comfortable purchasing products from Amazon now, knowing that this is what the drivers have to go through that deliver the packages? That's what I was thinking all day. I'm like, can I, will my conscience let me and allow me to do this? And we'll see. I haven't answered that question yet. As it stands, the answer is no. I will be writing a strongly worded letter to Amazon. So none of the call-in people would help me. I'll get to some of the worst ones. So I got some more packages to scan in manually. Then I called in for a couple more. And I kept telling them that the route is not right and this is taking too long and I should have been done by 3 and it's already 4:30. Now all the packages are showing up as late. So I'm getting double problems. I'm adding them to my itinerary manually, but then when I scan them, they're telling me late to call, and I call them back and they're telling me not to worry about it. So it's turning into all these extra steps that could have been avoided in the morning, that's what was so frustrating to me. So then halfway through the day, I was like, look, I'm not getting compensated for this. You have to figure out a way to compensate me for this. I was talking to one of the representatives and I was like, look, I need to talk to your manager. And she says, there is no manager. I'm like, well, that's unacceptable. Just put me on the phone with the manager. So she put me on hold for 30 minutes. I sat on hold for 30 minutes while driving to this stop that I didn't want to do because she told me if I didn't drop the packages off, I'm not going to get paid. So my options were go back to the pickup center and drop these packages off that I shouldn't have had in the first place. They were probably a problem in the first place for somebody else, which is why they got dropped off, or drive an hour and get paid. So I chose to drive an hour and get the money instead of drive an hour and not get the money. So she let me on hold for 30 minutes where I got another representative, which was supposedly her manager, and I asked her and I begged and I pleaded and I explained to her to check the logs. I've been calling all day that there was issues with these packages, that then something needs to be corrected. They need to fix it. And she said there was nothing she could do to help me, that I needed to deliver the packages. And I was like, they're not going to deliver because they're not scanning and they're just here and they're telling me to go to this address, but I have I have less packages than it's telling me to deliver, and the ones that I have aren't scanning, and she's just telling me go. So I drive an hour to Worcester. Now, I've already been past my block at this point. The amount of money that I've made is already passed. This woman hangs up on me. They put me on hold twice for 30 minutes and then hangs up on me. This is the support at Amazon. Now, I'm talking to them with this type of voice. I'm frustrated. I'm saying, I'm sorry that I'm talking to you like this, but I'm frustrated. Is this recorded? I'm reiterating this every time I call because I know this is recorded, and this system that you have in place is not helping individuals. And what it is, and this is where I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant. Now, you're going to imagine I'm driving out of my way, and this is going through my mind. What's happening is it's an automated system with scanning systems. So I pick blocks from the computer that probably higher ups figure out. Once I accept something, I go to this thing, and they just have these computers that they log into and have me scan onto. They don't really know what's going on, but they have this problem package that somebody else returned that's stuck in their computer. So they got me scanning it. And as soon as I scan it, I was like, I don't want this. It doesn't want it. And then say accept it. And I put one in my car. Now it's out of their system. So now they're like, okay, kick the can to him. Because the thing's automated now, it's in my app system and it's my problem. I'm pretty sure the reason it was returned and said, this is not yours, do not deliver this, this is in somebody else's bag, is that person had a problem with it to begin with. So they gave it to me to fix. Now I did fix the problem. I fixed this problem. I delivered. I was courteous to every Amazon customer today, said thank you, said goodbye, smiled, had a good time, and did not show my frustration. I was not upset with them. I'm a pretty calm individual with a lot of zen. I got a lot of zen to me. But this could have all been cleared up. Now, I finally got a representative at the end that didn't hang up on me, that was very nice, and explained to me what I should do. Because I kept saying, I'm an independent contractor, 1099, and I'm not under contractual obligation to do this. What Amazon is doing is treating me as a W-2 employee, and they cannot do that. And the state of Massachusetts is very strict on treating 1099 independent contractors under contractual agreements as W-2 employees. So, if they see this video, especially after my email, I'm hoping that they figure out a way to fix this, because, like I said, I have money to buy gas. I have food in my refrigerator. I'm going out to have a good time tonight. Not everybody has the availability to have extra cash for gas, to be driving out of their way and everything to get this type of work done. So, this representative told me what you need to do. So let's just step back 1 second. So these other individuals are saying they can't help me and they want me to write an email to get my problem solved. Well, I'm in the field. There's no problem being solved with an email. I know the Amazon email is quick, but I'm supposed to write a strongly worded email on the side of the road and then wait for a response on a Saturday. That was, I don't know if those individuals were working up, but they probably have me pop up in their system computerized, and they're like, I need to get rid of this call, and he won't hang up, and they tell us not to hang up on them, and he just keeps saying that's unacceptable, can I talk to your manager? So eventually someone did hang up on me, but the end guy that I finally talked to said, this is what you do. If you go to a pickup center, don't scan the bags, because if there's problem packages and they won't scan for the people at the Amazon warehouse, they'll just throw them in the bag and make it the next person's problem, which happened to me today numerous times. Next. That's why my count was so low, and it said that I had so many more packages. So next, as you're scanning your packages, anything that goes green that scans, put in your car and pile it up. Anything that won't scan, that doesn't want to scan, put on the cart. If it says, now, if you start looking at the addresses and something happened like happened to me today where there was an hour difference in size and I shouldn't have had that thing, and it says scan it, take it with you, you can say no and leave it on the cart. Now, don't just leave packages on the cart willy-nilly. Scan the stuff. If it doesn't scan and it's on the cart, you go get one of the warehouse representatives and you say to them, these don't scan. I don't want to take them unless you can get them scanned into my system. Then what you can do is, if they say no, you have to take them, then you can right there say, I'm not. Just say, okay, that's fine. Take your phone out, call support right then and say, hello, support. I'm at the Milford, Mass pickup area, DB, blah, blah, blah. Now they're going to try and push you out of there like they did to me, say leave, you're taking a spot, other people here. You just have to hold your ground, which is tough. This is another thing that bothers me. I'm not the most articulate guy, but I mean, I have a decent vernacular, decent vocabulary skills, a decent presence, and I am able to communicate this information to individuals on the phone, individuals in the warehouse. Not everybody that does this job is going to be at the same level of communication that I am, the same level of intelligence, and for them to have to go through this is just, I can't even imagine what they would have to do. So next, once you're on with support, they can start adding some of these TVA numbers for you manually, so when you leave the thing, your route is done properly. Here's what killed me today. Because only 25 packages were done, it made a route for 25. Then I got some more added, and it sent me halfway back. So I actually had one for this address 8 Goodwin, and then it put it later. So I went to 8 Goodwin, and then back to 8 Goodwin, and then back. So my route that I started, there was like 5 packages on one road, and normally you'd be like bam, 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 and you drop them all off. They gave me one on that road, sent me to the other part of town, got the thing back in, came back. So I was shooting back and forth on top of those packages not working, on top of the app telling me they're late, call to see if they still want it. And they had to bypass that through the system and drop all this stuff off. So you're in the warehouse, and then if the support person says, oh, these are problematic things and I can't put these in the thing, and you're right, they are an hour away. When it says no, don't pick it up, leave it on the cart, take those things, you're on with support. Support will make a note for you that you're leaving packages behind that don't fit the criteria. Because if you sign up for a 4-hour block like I did today, they shouldn't be giving you 8 hours of work. And I know they didn't give me 8 hours of work, but they gave me 2 hours of commute time on top of my hour commute back, which would make 3 hours, an hour commute up there. That's 4 hours of just commuting without even dropping any packages. That's if I just drove from here to the major cities and back. And then on top of that, the packages, and if the packages are scanned normally. So then you talk to support, and support will walk you through. And if then they have issues, they'll tell you what to do. And if worse comes to worse, and the warehouse is really giving you difficulties, support said you can take all the packages out of your car, put them back onto the cart, and they'll forfeit the block for you. You can leave without packages because you're a 1099 independent contractor under a contractual obligation, and they can't make you go up and beyond that obligation by forcing you to do stuff that's not within the guidelines of what Amazon expects from you and what you expect from Amazon. And that's where you have to call support. Support has powers that the people and in the everyday level don't when you're in the warehouse and stuff. And the reason being is, like I mentioned earlier, I'm guaranteeing you those packages that were given me today were problematic cart brought back. So when I scan them, they were a problem. Somebody else probably already dropped them off, and they were stuck in the pickup at Milford, Mass. Had a problem with them. They were stuck in there, and then they had to get them out of their system. They got them out of the system into my system. So last thing I'm going to say, here's the tip. When you show up at the center, they have the giant bags that they're in. You can scan the side of the bag, but don't. Open each bag, even if it takes you time and effort to do. Get the packages out and scan each individual package. When this package goes green and it says it's scanned and it's on your itinerary, put it in your car. When it goes red and says it doesn't scan, keep it on part of the cart. Then scan the next package and do it on and on. Now, if everything goes green, no problem. Left, you check you'll say, okay, you check your iPhone because everything went green, and you say, okay, my iPhone or my Android says that I have 45 packages. You say, okay, I have 45 packages here, and leave. If you leave that pickup center, if you leave the station where the number of packages that you have and the number of packages in your phone app and the actual physical packages you have are different, you're going to have a difficult day. If you mention this to the people at the pickup center, they are not going to care because they have other problems and stressors that they're working on. Like I said, they were already 30 minutes behind when I showed up. So they were probably frustrated, confused, and didn't know what was going on their end. Then I come in with a problem and they don't want to fix it. So they create a huge problem for me. I'm out of sight, out of mind, but really, I'm going to reiterate, I drove Amazon Flex. It was supposed to be a 4-hour block today for $76 minus gas. Now, when I do a normal 4-hour block, when I did them before, even with travel time and stuff, I was done driving my hour up there and home with the commute, 4 hours of package delivery within 2 hours. Meaning I got a 4-hour block and I was home in half the time. I was home at the end of the block. So even with commute time, I was home. My other ones, I was home beforehand. I had a 4-hour block the other day that was near my house, and I was home within 2.5 hours. So for it to take me 8 hours to deliver a 4-hour block, where the second half of the block was just a scanning station, it's crazy. So let me just say one other thing that was cool today, and then I'll end it because this has been a long video. The last drop-off was at a Speedway gas station in what they call IRA boxes, I-R-A boxes. I forget what it stands for. So when you get to that thing, there's two things. You get a code in your phone if you want to manually enter it, or you can scan your phone. So you get there and you say, I've arrived to this locker boxes that lock. It says, would you like to scan your phone? You say yes. You tell your phone you checked in, and it scans your phone and says start putting packages in. So you take a package that you have and you scan the barcode in this computer of these lockers, and then it says, please step back, we're opening a door. It opens a locker door, you put it in and it's shut, and it says received. And you do your next package all the way to the end, and then you check out by scanning the screen on the lockers. That was super cool. Unfortunately, because the packages that were going to the lockers were the ones with the problem, I'm guessing that the representative that went before me couldn't figure out the lockers, accidentally figured out how to get one package in there, gave up, ran away, dropped them back off, sent me there. My package wouldn't scan, so the number of packages I had versus the number of packages the lockers want were one off, which caused me another problem, on top of the fact that the packages I wanted to scan weren't scanning and the machine wasn't scanning them, and then I had to manually do a bunch of stuff to finally get them all through. I believe this is exactly what I was talking about. The representative before me got bad packages that weren't scanning properly. He didn't know what to do, and he was in Worcester. Worcester is 1 hour away from Milford, so this poor man that probably had these before me, that couldn't figure out how to get them in here after my crazy 8-hour day, he had to drive back an hour and drop these packages off, where they panicked. And I can tell because the packages that I had were disturbed. They had some cuts, they had some damages to them, as if somebody had already had them in their car and they had some problems with them. So this video went on a lot longer than I thought it was. It's 30 minutes deep. My name is Dave Wright. I am the owner of the Wright Property Solutions. I teach people how to do mortgage field inspections, insurance inspections. I'm going to teach people how to do wholesale property, wholesaling of property, buying and selling and flipping of property on the Wright Property Solutions, as well as the basics of real estate inspection, even real estate agency and brokery. This channel right here is Dave Wright the Capitalist, where I'm going to be showing you little part-time jobs and stuff that you can do, some businesses that you can work on to generate income, to help yourself as you're working towards a bigger goal, something, maybe a dream that you have, maybe something you always wanted to do, open up that goal that you focus on, that destiny, that stuff that manifests from within inside you that you have to work on, but you don't do because you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job or you need more income. That's what Dave Wright the Capitalist is going to do. One of the programs in one of the video series that I'm working on is Uber and Lyft rideshare. This was the next one, which was going to be Amazon Flex. To be honest with you, I haven't decided. I'm going to write them an email through their system. If they could apologize in a financial way, if they can, and they do it timely, and they don't make me feel like I messed up, which is what they've been doing all day, with the exception of a few of the call-in people, most of the other people making me feel like I made an error. If they can correct it, then maybe there'll be more Amazon Flex videos. At this time, I don't think I'll be driving any more Amazon Flex, so this will be my last Amazon Flex video. I don't think I'll be going to Whole Foods anymore to eat. I also believe I'll be canceling my Amazon Prime account, and just altogether feel bad. I just want you to know I feel really bad about accepting packages from drivers that would have to deal with a work environment like this. And I don't want to be a part of that. Now, like I said, Amazon did pay for that snow day without asking. So at the corporate level, they're really good, but that doesn't mean that they've fixed all these flaws within the low level stuff. And even if they compensated me, it doesn't mean that the other drivers that drive would be articulate enough or savvy enough or even have enough patience to write an email to continue and get compensation for this, but might need the work, so they continue to work. And I don't know if I want to support a system and a corporation like that. Overall, I was excited about Amazon Flex and Amazon and the drones and all that stuff. But anyways, the last channel that I have is Dave Wright the Thinker. Dave Wright the Thinker is going to be a philosophical type channel. attached to Dave Wright the Capitalist and the Right Property Solution. And what we're going to talk about is when you have a day like today that was so crazy, how can I be happy? How can I be calm? I mean, it's my birthday. It's my 43rd birthday. And I mean, I had a frustrating day. I haven't lost my cool yet. I've stayed like this with the callers, even where I'm saying that's unacceptable. I need to speak to your manager. It was in this type of energetic tone. I was happy with all the customers. And how do I do that? Is because I have a good, clean mental state amongst myself. I take care of myself physically, emotionally, and I do that so that I have the energy to teach others to be this way. And the idea of Dave Wright, the thinker, is to get people philosophically thinking about self-improvement, making a better you and a better world. So a lot of that stuff is going to go into here, because most people that start businesses or have goals of businesses fail at those businesses, not because the business may be a bad idea and they don't recognize it, but a lot of times it's because they don't have the drive, the energy, the motivation, the emotional resources to continue at that profession that they really want to do, and they give up too quickly. So Dave Wright, the thinker, is the mental aspect to repair yourself, so that when you work towards something like Dave Wright the Capitalist, when you're working for these side jobs, for your main job, that you have the mental awareness for yourself to stay calm, to think things through, and to not flip out, to not be in a bad mood, just so you still enjoy your life and your day. And that is a very difficult task, and it takes a long time. But I'm going to walk you through the steps on Dave Wright to think of that. So, all right, this one a little bit longer than I thought. I'm over 30 minutes here. Jeez, it's like I did a whole podcast. But everybody have a good day. And I'll be writing a strongly worded email to Amazon Prime, and we'll see what happens with that. And if good things or bad things happen and I get a response for that, I will make another follow-up video for that. Okay, have a good day.